Jorginho for Chelsea sends Pickford the wrong way and gives Chelsea the lead on the stroke of half-time.
In the world of football, change is inevitable. Giants may rise and fall, but seldom do we witness the kind of downfall that Chelsea FC has gone through in this 2023 season.
It's a Chelsea goal! It's a first Chelsea goal for Wesley Fofana!
Chelsea's historic fall, the worst season in 30 years, isn't just a sensational headline. It's a hard, bitter reality that the club and its legion of fans have had to swallow. The history so far. Since its founding in 1905, Chelsea Football Club has navigated an intriguing and eventful journey, one paved with hard-fought battles, jubilant triumphs, and heartbreaking setbacks. The club has emerged as one of the giants in not just English, but global football, a sign to its resilience and ambition. In their initial years, the Blues, as they're popularly known, started out in the second division, quickly earning a promotion to the top tier. However, it was a rollercoaster ride as the club oscillated between divisions. The first taste of significant success came in the form of the League Championship in 1955, a beacon of glory amidst a sea of struggle. The 1970s brought some solace to the Blues' faithful, with the team clinching their first FA Cup in 1970, followed by a European Cup Winners' Cup triumph in 1971. Yet the club found itself grappling with financial turmoil and on-field inconsistencies, leading to a period of decline. A new dawn, however, was just over the horizon. The arrival of manager Jose Mourinho in 2004 marked the start of a golden era for Chelsea. Under his leadership, the club clinched its first Premier League title in 50 years, followed by another the next season. Mourinho in his two stints, along with other managers like Carlo Ancelotti and Antonio Conte, helped Chelsea bag multiple domestic and international titles.
Into the Bayern Den, Chelsea go. Welcome to Munich. One trophy, two teams, a huge night ahead.
The crowning glory undoubtedly was the Champions League trophy in 2012. A night of high drama in Munich saw Chelsea clinch their maiden title in Europe's premier competition, firmly etching their name among the elite of the sport. From then on, Chelsea remained a force to be reckoned with, boasting of world-class talents and frequently challenging the top honours. Despite the occasional setback, the Blues were far from the struggles of their early years. Yet, the football world was left stunned as Chelsea's 2023 season unfolded, proving that even the mightiest are not immune to failure. A season of mystery. A pivotal shift in Chelsea's journey came with the departure of their long-standing Russian owner Roman Abramovich. The year following his exit was always said to be one of a significant transition for the team hailing from West London. With a clear vision towards a sustainable future, the club's management decided to part ways with Thomas Tuchel, the mastermind behind their 2021 Champions League victory, and in his place they installed Graham Potter, the talented Brighton manager known for his innovative tactics. The club's new owner, Todd Boehly, asked Potter with managing a squad that was bloated and lacked a balanced composition of players. It was a tall order for the English manager. Indeed, while it would be unfair to lay the blame entirely on Potter's feet, it's also clear that he wasn't exactly given a foolproof platform to hit the ground running in his inaugural year in charge. The scenario turned decidedly grim for Chelsea in 2023. The team's form under Potter hit such a dismal low that the club's management had no alternative but to sever ties. The decision came as a sobering reminder that even the most promising beginnings could lead to unexpected dead. In a bid to reignite a sense of optimism within the club, they've opted to look towards a familiar face. Frank Lampard, a man who donned the Chelsea Blues with distinction as a player, has been called upon to steady the ship as they navigate these stormy waters. With Lampard at the helm, the club is hoping to create an atmosphere of positivity as they gear up for the 2023-24 season. However, the shadows of the disastrous current season continue to loom large. By the fate of this once dominant club hangs in the balance, adding another intriguing chapter to the vast narrative of English football. Chelsea's lowest finishes in Premier League history. The chronicles of Chelsea's journey in the Premier League reveal a diverse array of seasons, some more successful than others. Despite their current status as one of the top clubs, the Blues had a period of modest performance in the top flight during the first half of the 90s. It was a time when they found themselves stuck in the middle of the pack, often ending the season nestled comfortably in the midfield of the Premier League table. Between the seasons of 1992-93 and 1994-95, the Premier League was contested by a larger pool of 22 teams. Chelsea, despite their struggles, managed to narrowly avoid the lower half of the table. Their 11th place finishes in 1992-93 and 1994-95 were just enough for them to claim a spot in the upper half, even if it was by the skin of their teeth. However, the 1993-94 season proved to be a particularly testing period for the Blues. That year, they slid down to a dismal 14th place, marking their lowest Premier League finish to date. They scraped together a meager 51 points from 42 matches, which equated to an underwhelming average of 1.214 points per game. A couple of years later, in the 1995-96 season, Chelsea again finished in the 11th spot, yet their points per game average was slightly better this time at around 1.31. This figure would eerily reappear 2 decades later in the Blues' notorious 2015-16 season, a year that still haunts many Chelsea fans. In 2014-15, the club was on cloud 9 as Jose Mourinho guided Chelsea to Premier League glory with a robust haul of 87 points. However, the joy was short-lived. The following season saw the Blues embark on what was arguably the worst title defense in Premier League history. They ended the season with just 50 points, a shocking downturn from the previous year's triumph.
Personal campaign, and he's done it.
Surprisingly, this low tally was still enough for Chelsea to secure a 10th place finish, saving them from the ignominy of another bottom half finish. Could Chelsea endure their lowest finish in 2022-23? In the annals of Chelsea's Premier League history, 14th place marks their lowest ebb. As the Blues navigate their way through the 2022-23 season, they teeter dangerously close to that dismal benchmark. It's vital to recall that during the 1993-94 season, when Chelsea suffered their worst finish, the Premier League comprised 22 teams, making the competition stiffer. Hence, using the points per game metric provides a more equitable measure of their struggles. The lowest PPG Chelsea has ever recorded was 1.214, a gloomy statistic from the 93-94 season. Fast forward to the current season, after 30 games, Chelsea's PPG stands at a worrying 1.3, having only managed to collect 39 points so far. To prevent their PPG from slipping below the lowest in the club's Premier League history, the responsibility fell squarely on Frank Lampard's shoulders. Who's to blame for Chelsea's issues? Chelsea's defense appears disorganized and chaotic, a stark contrast to the resilient backline the club was once known for. Disturbingly, many players seem disinterested, their passion and motivation seemingly fading. The Frank Lampard era, which was ushered in with much anticipation, has got off to a rocky start, with the Blues losing more games than expected. The situation begs the crucial question: who should bear the burden of Chelsea's current plight? The finger-pointing is inevitable in such situations, but identifying the culprits isn't always straightforward. Is Todd Boehly, the new owner, to blame? Did his decision-making contribute to the predicament, or should Graham Potter, the former manager, shoulder the blame for the failing to make a positive impact during his tenure? Has Lampard's coaching approach been inadequate, or does he need more time to turn things around? On the other hand, should the players be held more accountable? After all, they're the ones who ultimately have to perform on the pitch. Should they be taking more responsibility for the team's poor performance? The responsibility likely lies with a combination of all these factors. However, one thing is clear: urgent action is needed to steer Chelsea back on course. The Blues need to find a way to reignite the spark they've seemingly lost, or face the prospect of an even steeper decline. Before we part ways, take a moment to reflect on this historic season. It serves as a reminder that even the mightiest can stumble. But football is a game of constant evolution, and we can only wait to see what Chelsea has in store for us next season. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Chelsea's season, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more football analysis. Remember, the game goes on, and so does our journey through it. Until next time, keep the football spirit alive.